Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this video, we are going to see current affairs of 16th August 2023. So let's get started with our discussion. So first, let us try to see a brief introduction regarding the topics so that you can understand from which subject point of view that topic is important. And after that, we are going to see detailed analysis of that topic from all the dimensions where there is a possibility of getting question from both your prelims and as well as mains. And we are also going to understand how to approach the newspaper, and here we are also going to understand how can we connect current affairs with our static syllabus. And apart from that, at last we will be also seeing your Hindu newspaper PDF, and there we are also going to highlight if there are any other articles which are relevant from our UPSC point of view or not. We are going to see that also. Right. So if you see the first topic, it is about consumption based poverty estimates have relevance. So what is this topic it is about? It is about multi-dimensional poverty index. It is about multi-dimensional poverty index. So what exactly you need to know here? So you have to know about what is this multi-dimensional poverty index. So what are the indicators they are taken into account, and you have to see which is the organization releasing this index, and you have to collect the data regarding global level what is about this poverty data, and even you have to see from India point of view what is the data. So whether there is increasing of poverty or decreasing of poverty, everything that you have to know. Right, so this topic is very important from your mains, and from prelims point of view also you can expect a question regarding which organization is releasing this multi-dimensional poverty index. So this is the first topic, and it is important from economy point of view and even from your society point of view as well. So you may get a doubt like how it is important from economy point of view. So economy point of view, we will be studying about poverty, and here we have to see the number of poverty, and even from your governance point of view also this poverty is a separate topic which is present. So this topic, it is interlinked topic between society and governance and as well as your economy. And next topic, it is about a surge foretold. So in yesterday's lecture we saw that there is retail inflation increased. So what is the important cause of retail inflation now? So it is because of increasing of food prices. So especially because of increasing of food prices, there is inflation. Right? So first and the foremost thing here is there is increased price of tomato. There is increased price of tomato, and this tomato is very important, right? So without this tomato, there will be we can't make a single curry also. And second one is because of increasing of cereals and pulses prices. So these cereals and pulses, they are very important for the maintaining of nutritional security, right? So because of this increased tomato prices, because of this increased cereal prices, automatically overall food basket had been increased. That means the price of this food basket had been increased, and this is contributing to this retail inflation. So here we have to see that. And what is the cause of concern? The cause of concern here is, IMD said that is Indian Meteorological Department said that in month of August there will be below normal rains. There will be below normal rains. That means if there is no proper rainfall, how can we ensure food productivity? No, right? So there might be decreasing of food productivity, and it will be the most negative impact that is seen in drought prone areas, and that will further leads to increasing of food prices again. Right? So this is one cause of concern, and we have to see how RBI it is going to take steps to control this inflation. So here RBI recently had its monetary policy meet. In this meet, there is no change of interest rate. So this is one cause of concern. So whenever there is inflation in the market, here we have to increase this interest rate. But RBI in this recent meet, so it said that there is no change in the interest rate. So this is one cause of concern here. And next one is from Rampart. So this article, which is especially talking about our Prime Minister Independence Day speech. So our Prime Minister Independence Day speech is very important because he will be giving highlights regarding how our government is working. So what are the schemes you are planned, or how they are working, and what is the implementation of that schemes, and what is a positive output, like that. So he will be telling in the speech. So that speech is very important and it will be around 90 minutes. Okay, and we are going to see some key highlights of this Prime Minister speech of Independence Day, and here we are going to get some important schemes. Okay, and this topic is important from your governance point of view, which comes in the GS paper too. And this Prime Minister's speech is important from your mains. So in prelims, UPSC is not going to ask about the Prime Minister's speech like that, but in mains you can use those points. And next one, it is about awaiting the age of moderation. So here it is talking about Organization of Islamic Cooperation, that is OIC. So here what you need to do here is you have to know about what is this OIC. So how many members are there, and you have to see what are the objectives. So every basic things that you have to know, and these basic things are important from international relations, and here you can expect prelims based question from this topic. And next topic, it is about why is the Kaveri water sharing issue flaring up again. So again, daily the articles regarding this Kaveri dispute is seen in news because of issue between the interstate water movement. So here we have upper riparian state and here we have lower riparian state. So now the issue is this lower riparian state, that is Tamil Nadu, approached to Supreme Court that yes, Karnataka need to release water. Okay, so because of this is in news and we have to see that. And here you have to focus on especially what are the constitutional provisions. So what are the constitutional provisions, that thing that you have to focus. And this topic is important from your polity, which comes under GS paper 2. And next topic is 275 bird species counted during survey at Corbett Tiger Reserve. So here you have to focus on some facts regarding this Corbett Reserve, and even you have to see which are the bird species are there. So which comes under which category of IUCN, like critically endangered, vulnerable, endangered, like that. So this topic is important from your environment and ecology. So these are the topics now we are going to discuss in this video. So now let us try to see the first topic. So here we are going to see the detailed analysis. Okay. So first topic, it is about multi-dimensional poverty index. So first, author he started article by giving the data. So the data which is from two important reports. So please make a note down of these reports. So recent report by Niti Aayog came up, and this report is based on multi-dimensional poverty. So here Niti Aayog came up with this report on multi-dimensional poverty, and it said that the percentage of poor which had been come down. So if you are seeing that percentage of poverty from 2015 to 2016 it was around 25%, and in 2019 to 2020 it decreased to 15%. That means in 5 years there is 10% of decreasing of poverty in India. And if you are talking about in the global level, so global multi-dimensional poverty index report, which mainly released by UNDP and Oxfam International. First one is UNDP and next one is Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. So here the global multi-dimensional poverty index, which may released by United Nations Development Program and Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative released. And this report also said that there is decreased incidence of poverty, that is from 27.5% to 16.2%, that is drastical decreasing of poverty, right? So these are the two reports which are given by the author. And if you're talking about the key highlights of recently released Global Multidimensional Poverty Index is the first one talked about the global outlook. That means if you see globally, so there are about 1.1 billion people. Out of 6.1 billion people, they are multidimensionally poor. Okay, and they are present across 110 countries. Especially if you see in this Africa. So in Africa, in this sub-Saharan Africa, that is nothing but where this Sahara Desert is spreaded. So in this sub-Saharan African region, about 534 million poor they are present. In South Asia, it was like 389 million people they were present in the poverty. And these two regions, they are home to approximately 5 out of every 6 poor people. And if you're talking about the children, so children who are present under years, that is 18 years of age, they mainly account for half of MPA, that is multidimensional poverty. So this is about the data. So if you're talking about from India point of view, so poverty in India, it is still more than 230 million people who are facing this poverty. And if you're talking about UNDP, which mainly defines vulnerability, that is the share of the people who are not poor but have deprivations in 20 to 33.3% of all weighted indicators. And India has around 18.7% of population under this vulnerable category, which is defined by UNDP. And if you're talking about India's progress in this poverty reduction, so India is among 25 countries. So those countries are like Cambodia, China, Congo, Honduras, Indonesia, Morocco, Serbia, Vietnam. They have successfully halved their global MPI values. So in those countries, India is also one country which tried a lot to decrease this multidimensional poverty. And some around 415 million Indians escaped from the poverty from 2005-06 till this 2020, right? So this is a great achievement that I can say. So this is success of government. So if you're talking about improvement in the deprivation of indicators, so India progressed significantly in all the 3 deprivation indicators. For example, in health, India is also improved even in education and as well as standard of living. So these 3 are very important, and these 3 indicators India had been substantially improved. So if we're talking about what are the recommendations given by this multi-dimensional poverty index. So first and the foremost thing here is, so they came up with changing of definitions of poverty, and it also provided standard methodology and also standard definitions, that is national definitions offer a comprehensive understanding of poverty specific to each country, and even it is very much crucial for the context specific indices, and we have to evaluate them and we have to address poverty effectively. Okay, so if we're talking about some basic facts regarding this global multidimensional poverty index, so it is an index which is very much important international resource, and this index which also measures acute multidimensional poverty across more than 100 developing countries, and it was first launched in year 2010. Okay, and actually it monitored the deprivations, and especially it will be seeing 10 indicators. For example, we have health as one indicator, so we have education, we have standard of living, etc. So I want to give you one homework, students. So already this question appeared in 2012. That is multi-dimensional poverty index developed by Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative with UNDP support covers which of the following? First one is deprivation of education. Second one is health, assets and services at household level. Next one is purchasing power parity and extent of budget deficit and GDP growth at national level. So please let me know which is the answer, correct answer in the comment box. And I want to give you one practice question for the mains, that is, despite consistent experience of high growth, India still goes with the lowest indicators of human development. Examine the issues that make balanced and inclusive development. elusive. Okay, so here you have to see the keyword is examine. Examine means nothing but already author or already examiner knows, yes, this is happening, but they are asking for the new points. That means you can give the data. Okay, and you can give the data like what are the issues that India is facing and how can we make India's development as an inclusive development. So here try to write answer and try to post your answer in the comment box so that the evaluation will be done. Okay, and now let us say next topic, it is about a search foretold. So this topic is important from your economy. So here we are going to talk about inflation. So what is this inflation? Yeah, please let me know what is the meaning of inflation and what are the different causes of inflation and different types of inflation. So these are the homework for you students, and every year you can expect a question from this inflation topic for sure. So please don't underestimate this inflation. Okay, don't underestimate the power of inflation. Okay, so now let us see the context. So already we know that recently National Statistical Office released the data. So this data, it said that yes, there is inflation. So inflation is accelerating and this inflation is about 15 months high. Okay, so recently RBI had its monetary policy meet, and this monetary policy meet RBI had no change, said that there will be no change in interest rate. So what is the relationship between the interest rate and inflation? So whenever there is high inflation in the market, then RBI, which is have monetary policy under its hand, and it will be increasing interest rate so that it can control money supply in the market. So if there is no inflation, if there is decreasing of inflation, means RBI will decrease interest rate and it will increase, it want to increase the money supply in the market. Okay, so this is the monetary policy of RBI to control inflation. But recently RBI came with this monetary policy meet and it said that there will be no change in the interest rate. So because of this is one cause of concern. And now what is the reason for this inflation? Because of increasing of food price. So food price component, it is one of the major driver for the inflation in the market now. Especially there is increased cereals price, right? Increased rice and wheat. Okay, because of this unseasonal rainfall and because of heavy rainfall in northern part of our country, so wheat production had been disturbed, and because of this there is a very high price of wheat in the market, and even rice production also had been decreased this year. So because of this also having impact on the rice. Okay, and even vegetable prices also very high, especially tomato prices, right? And even cereals prices had been increased, cereals and pulses. So these are some important details. And if you see the vegetable prices, so price of onions increased by 19%, potato by 11%, cauliflower by 32%, brinjal by 24%, ginger and garlic by 21% each, and even green chilies prices also had been increased in the market, right? So here what is the thing that is most bothering here is because of IMD forecast, it said that in a month of August, so we are going to have below normal rainfall because of this El Nino. So what is this El Nino? So if you have gone through this topic called as monsoons in geography, so you will come across these two keywords, that is El Nino and La Nina. So La Nina, it is good because we are going to get good rainfall if there is La Nina. So if you are having El Nino means, so we are going to have bad rainfall. So that rainfall will be not uneven rainfall, and that too very less rainfall that we are going to expect if there is El Nino. So here this year IMD predicted that we are going to have this El Nino. So because of this we can see there will be uneven monsoon rains. So because of this uneven monsoon rains also, so it will be adding more uncertainty to the supply of agricultural produce in the coming months. So because of this it will further increase the inflation in the market. So this is one cause of concern. So what is the retail inflation? So if you see some facts regarding this retail inflation, so this retail inflation is also called as Consumer Price Index, that is CPI. So here what happens? So the price of goods and services will be increased, especially the consumers, that is retailers who are taking products from the nearby shops like you and me. So the retailers have to pay more amount of money, right? So if we're talking about types, we have 4 types. CPI at industrial workers, agricultural laborers, rural laborers, urban non-manual employers. So these first 3 indices will be released by Labor Bureau. You have to remember this. So these 3 are released by Labor Bureau, and last one, urban non-manual employees, will be released by NSO, which comes under MOSPI. So MOSPI is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So these are some important facts that you have to remember regarding this topic. And now let us see the next topic. It is about our Prime Minister's independence speech. So as I said, so this topic is important from your mains point of view. So now let us try to see this topic in detail. So if you see here, you have to focus on, so which are the schemes which are focused by our Prime Minister, and what is implementation, so whether it is implemented properly or not, so what is a possible outcome, so all those things that you have to remember. So our Prime Minister, he marked India's 77th Independence Day by unfurling the national flag at historic Red Fort in Delhi, and there he gave 90 minutes of speech. So if you see the key highlights of that speech, the first and the foremost thing here is he focused on vision for a new world order. So our Prime Minister, he expressed that we need a transformative global shift akin to this post-World War II era, and we have to go for progress after this COVID-19 pandemic. And he linked with the role to that of Vishwamitra, and he mainly symbolizing the evolving significance of the world stage. And he also focused on launch of Vishwakarma Yojana. So here this Vishwakarma Yojana, which aimed at uplifting of barbers and as well as goldsmith. Okay, and he also focused on peaceful resolution of Manipur. So in Manipur, communal violence is happening, and even in Haryana also. Okay, so we have to see that. And he also focused on empowering of border villages. So for this, already Government of India came up with this scheme called as Vibrant Villages Initiative, and it is transforming the border villages. And next one is legacy of announcement. So since his inaugural Independence Day speech in 2014, so Prime Minister Modi has used the platform to introduce significant policies and to engage with the citizens as well. And he already focused mainly on Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Swachh Bharat Mission, that is talking about open defecation free India. And next one is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana to make inclusive bank accounts for the people, that is zero bank accounts, so that we can promote digital India. And next one is he also focused on inclusive participation. So around 1800 special guests from diverse sectors of society, they invited to witness Independence Day ceremony at the Red Fort. And he also focused on empowerment of middle class and women. So he focused especially on middle class people and as well as women. And our Prime Minister had a vision that we need women-led development process. And next one is our Prime Minister also having a dream of empowering women. For example, empowering of self-help groups, and also he want to focus on the protection of daughters from sexual violence, and he want to provide security for the women, especially against atrocities and domestic violence, etc. So these are some important highlights of our Prime Minister's Independence Day speech. And next topic it is about awaiting the age of moderation. So this topic is very important. Okay, so now let us try to see what is this OIC. So you have to focus on OIC, and especially beginners who don't know about this OIC. So we are going to discuss some facts regarding this OIC. So OIC is nothing but Organization of Islamic Cooperation. So it is the second largest international organization in the world after United Nations. So it is the second largest. The first one is United Nations, and the second one here is this OIC. So OIC is the second largest intergovernmental organization. So it is with a collective population is around 1.8 million. So the member countries of this OIC together, they have 1.8 billion population. And how many members are there? About 57 members. They are spread over 4 continents. And what is the objective? So objective it is to preserve Islamic values and to safeguard and defend national sovereignty. And we have to focus on independence of member states and to contribute to international peace and security. So this OIC is the collective voice of Muslim world, and they are focusing on ensuring and safeguarding interest in economic, social and political areas. So actually this OIC was established in September 1969, and where is the headquarters? Headquarters in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. And if you are talking about which are the official languages are Arabic, English and French. So OIC partners, they are with international mechanisms, and even they have the partnership with the governments, civil society organizations, and also they will be helpful in addressing of issues of concerns to its members and as well as the Muslims worldwide. So these are some important basic facts that you have to remember regarding this OIC. And now let us try to see the next topic. Title says, why is the Kaveri water sharing issue flaring up again? So if you go through the newspaper daily, so from last 10 to 15 days onwards, so we are seeing this issue of Kaveri is again in news because of lower riparian state approached Supreme Court regarding the release of water. So already we discussed this topic, and let us fastly see this topic. We are not going to waste much time on this topic because already we had a detailed discussion in our earlier lectures. So if you see context, it says that on August 14th, Tamil Nadu government sought Supreme Court intervention to make Karnataka immediately release of 24,000 cubic feet per second from its reservoirs and to ensure the availability of the specified quantity of water at Biligundu. So this Biligundu, it is present in the interstate, that is a border between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So if you are talking about the details here, especially you have to focus on, so which are the constitutional provisions talks about this interstate water dispute. So article 262 subclass 1, which talks that Parliament may by law provides for adjudication of any dispute related to interstate river or river valley. And article 262 subclass 2 talks about the Parliament to provide that neither the Supreme Court nor any other court shall exercise their jurisdiction in respect to of any such disputes or complaints. So here you have to focus on one important act of 1956, that is Interstate River Disputes Act, so which mainly talks about this article 262 of our Indian Constitution. And here recently in 2019 we came up with a bill, that is Interstate River Water Disputes Amendment Bill. So here you have to see some provisions of this bill. So Dispute Resolution Committee will be established under this, and it will be working under central government, and it will be focusing on resolving of disputes. Okay, and next one is, so this bill also talks that yes, there is a need of establishment of single interstate river water dispute tribunal by central government, and all existing tribunals, they will be dissolved and the disputes pending will be transferred to a new tribunal. So let me know what is tribunal and which article in our constitution talks about tribunal and how many articles talks about these tribunals. So the proposed tribunals, they must give its verdict on the dispute within a timeline of 2 years, which may be extended by another year, and the decision of this tribunal will be final and binding. So these are some very important facts regarding this topic. And now I want to give you one homework, students. You have to see some facts regarding this Kaveri river. So where it originated and which are the right bank tributaries and left bank tributaries, and which are the major dams built over this river Kaveri. So please let me know, okay? And next topic it is about Corbett Tiger Reserve. So title says 275 bird species counted during survey at Corbett Tiger Reserve. So this topic is at most important. And if you see, about 275 bird species including 2 critically endangered and 4 vulnerable ones and 2 endangered species were counted during the survey in this Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve. So the survey which conducted between June 20 and June 23 by 62 member team. So this team contains ornithologists. Ornithologist means the study on the birds, the people who are doing the study on the birds. Next one is conservationist, volunteers from WWF, that is World Wide Fund, and Tiger Foundation, and as well as Village Volunteer Protection Force. And in this report they said that the 2 species, that is white rumped vulture and red headed vulture, so they comes in a category called as critically endangered by IUCN. They had been documented. And even 2 endangered species like Pallas fish eagle and Egyptian vulture, they are also seen. And 4 vulnerable bird species like great hornbill, great slaty woodpecker, grey crowned prinia and river terran, they are mainly seen. So now let us try to see some facts regarding this Corbett Tiger Reserve. It is located in Nainital district of Uttarakhand, and actually the project Tiger was launched in 1973 in this Corbett National Park. So this is the first national park of India, okay? And this one is, this national park is established in year 1936 as Hailey National Park, and it is having a endangered Bengal tiger. And if you see here, it is named after Jim Corbett, who played a key role in this establishment. So this Corbett is also called as Jim Corbett National Park, and the core area forms this Corbett National Park, and we are also having the buffer, and this buffer area contains a reserve forest, and even Sonanadi Wildlife Sanctuary is also seen. And if you see, there are different rivers will be flowing here, that is Ram Ganga, Sonanadi and Mandal, Palain, Kosi are the major rivers which mainly flows towards or through this reserve. Okay, so this is about this topic, and these are some important articles that appeared. And now I want to make a very small announcement here. So we in Rathod size, we came up with this mains answer writing practice on daily basis. So here we are going to cover each and every topic from your GS, that is GS1, GS2, GS3 and GS4. On Sunday we will be having essay and case study practice. So how this course will go on? So we will be giving you the detailed schedule for the next 1 year. So what you have to read on weekly basis, and daily we will be giving 1 question to you, and you have to write answer and you have to send your answer to our mail ID, so that there will be detailed evaluation. So apart from this evaluation, we are also going to provide you the model answer for each and every question for essay and as well as for case study also. And on every Sunday we will be having live class. There we are going to discuss the answers, and it will be like a 2-way interaction, and also there will be doubt clearing session, and one-to-one mentorship is provided. So the cost of this course is 8,200 rupees for 1 year. So to cover all your GS, so you have to pay just 8,200 rupees only. And if you can't pay this amount in one go, so you can pay in the installments also. Installment facility is also available. So this is about this course in detail. So if you want to join this course, so please call me on this number 8074765513. So if you call me on this number, I will be talking to you directly to resolve your doubts regarding this course. Okay. So now let us try to see today's Hindu newspaper PDF. So this is our today's Hindu. So first topic it is about will return with a report card in 2024, Modi says at Red Fort. So this article it is talking about our Prime Minister's Independence Day speech. So I said about the important highlights. Okay. And if you see here, rain fury claims more lives in Himachal and Uttarakhand. So in northern part, again there is recorded high rainfall, and even IMD said that we are going to have the heavy rainfall, and even they gave orange alert to this Himachal and Uttarakhand. And if you move on, And if you move on, here in the states page, you can see this article regarding Annapurna free food packet schemes of Rajasthan. And if you are from Rajasthan, so this scheme, it is very important, and even you can use this article as a case study when we are talking about food security and nutritional security of the people. And here you can see this article, 275 bird species counted during the survey at Corbett Tiger Reserve. I discussed this topic. And if you move on, here you can see Kerala likely to face drought due to deficit monsoon. So actually this year we are facing this El Nino. Okay, El Nino means nothing but we are going to have less amount of rainfall. So because of this El Nino, here there are some forecasts which says that yes, Kerala which is likely to face less rainfall or face drought. In this editorial page, I discussed about this multi-dimensional poverty index. I discussed about our Prime Minister Independence Day speech. I discussed about this inflation article. And in this opinion page, I discussed about the crux of what is this OIC. And here you can see this data point. In this data point, it is talking about tomato prices. Tomato prices behind high inflation. Especially South India, which is hitting the most, because in South India there is a high usage of tomato. Okay, and if you move on to text and context, here you can see Myanmar junta empty gestures. Already we discussed this topic in our earlier lectures, so that I left that for you. And I discussed about this Kaveri water sharing issue. And if you move on in this news page, you can see with Amendment Act kicking in, Odisha has no deemed forest. So please let me know what is the meaning of deemed forest. And next topic is Russian made siege frigates delayed yet again, now expected in May to October. So here you have to see, because of this Russia-Ukraine war, the production in Russia had been affected, and the delivery of 2 Krivak or Talwar class siege frigates, they were under construction and they are going to be used by Indian Navy. So here this delivery had been delayed now. And if you move forward, here you can see India-China agree to resolve remaining issues, says Ministry of External Affairs. So always whenever the commander level talks had happened between India and China, next day this article will be seen, and it is like a boring article. I am seeing this article since from last years onwards. So whenever meeting is happening, and the next day you will be getting, yes, we are going to resolve this, but this resolution is not complete till now. And if you move forward in this world page, you can see Russia military resources almost exhausted, says Russia. So here you have to see from where Ukraine, which is getting the funds for the arms, for the food, and as well as for the fighting against Russia. And in this business page, you can see June exports tally raised by $1.4 billion. And here you have to see which exports had been increased. So what is the reason behind that? And next one is India's import from Russia had been doubled because of, for example, oil we are getting from discounted prices from the and also we are getting defense. Okay, so that we came up with the changing of supply chains. So earlier we used to rely on China, but now we are focusing on Russia for our imports. And please let me know which are the imports that we are getting from Russia. And next topic is India accounts for 35% of cargo handled by Russia's Arctic Murmansk port. So here you have to see where is this Murmansk port is located. So please open your map and you have to see that. So this is your work from your map. Okay, so these are some important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe to this Rathod Science Academy, and please do like and share this video to your friends. Thank you.